Good evening, good evening. Hope you're all doing well today. So today we are going to continue on with the build of the X-Wing. As you can see on the screen right now, this is just a quick preview of what we have done previously. I'm just currently sorting out the last of my lighting and knocking my mouse by the looks of it. I'm just getting the chat up as well. Right, let's get that off the screen for you all. I am playing a lot, playing being very much the word, with OBS Studio at the moment and trying to get everything looking a bit better to improve the quality of these streams. So if you have any suggestions, please do shout them out. Right, I'm just getting everything loaded the way I need it, because there is a lot, whoops, and not tripping over all my wires that I've got set up today. There is a lot of setup involved with doing stop motion and getting everything correct. And then, sorry, dropping my microphone. There's also a lot of setup getting set up for this. So, right, just trying to make sure you can see me. Hello. Apologies for the glare off the lights. I can't really do much about that, if I'm honest. I can, however, try and get this camera at least pointing towards me. I'm too fast for this. Oh yeah, that looks... I'm trying to look at an iPad. Look at this computer screen. Look everywhere tonight. This is going to be fun. So, trying some new things out here. I'm trying some new camera positions, etc. So, we have got the GoPro on top, which is giving us this screen here. This main one, which you can see, which was a suggestion from a friend that I have a better frame rate for this. So, if you think that's good, let me know. Obviously, only disadvantage is you now cannot see the lines that I see and how I line everything up. That is still in this camera here, which is a very low frame rate. As you can see, that if I wiggle my finger around, it's really low. And that is just because that is going through a USB 2 to the computer. It's not meant to be a web camera. It is meant to be a program to take stop motion called Digicam, if anyone's interested. Right, I did a small bit of building since my last stream, not much, because I had a child who wanted to build some Lego with me, so I built a little bit and was helping her out mostly. So all I've done is place this bit in here, which is for the wings obviously, and the little rubber bands and just these top bits, which is just going to let all this fold out. Previously we connected all this. You didn't see that on that preview because I haven't bothered rendering it yet, simply because I haven't had a chance. Right, I'm just going to do a, let's say, joint. I'm just testing my chat windows because I'm not convinced I've got the right chat window. We shall see. Anyway, I'm not going to mess around too much. I can see, yeah, that is working on there. It's just very delayed. Okay, that's cool. So the next part is building on here, and I'm going to have a look at, I think I'm just going to build the section that goes on top separately, which is very much against what I normally do. So if you watch any of my normal videos, everything comes together as one, and that's sort of it. Like, it's all one take, it looks like. This X-Wing, I'm not doing that. I'm doing multiple takes, and yeah, basically I just don't think I could do this in one take, not looking like it was one take, not with the number of times I need to stop and go and the camera angles, etc. I think I have with my castle, I pretty much have, but that's a lot of hard work. So there we go, that's what it's looking like so far. That colour on the GoPro looks awesome. So we will be returning to this, but right now we're gonna pop that up there, well out of the way, away from children. Interestingly, I've got some white tack at last, so instead of using blue tack all the time, I can use white tack. Woohoo! And that's just really good for when I stick everything down. So let's have a look here. Where's my keyboard? if you can't see where I am, or you want to see more of me, just shout out, because I'm not really paying that much attention to what my camera's doing. So, nice clear shot. I'll just tell you what, I'll just go through very quickly what you can see on the screen here. Chat window. This, trying to get my finger in the right place. This here is the last taken photo, so you can see how the ship is developing and how it starts to look in stop motion. This here is obviously me, and this down here is the camera itself, so what the actual camera sees, and that's a very slow motion. Right, so I'm going to get that central in the camera. I don't know if that'll be central to the GoPro. I'm also going to zoom it in and get it in focus. So that's the advantage of this little box down here. You'll sort of see what I'm doing with the focus and bits like that. Obviously you won't get that with the GoPro, because the GoPro is just a fixed infinity lens. I'm gonna try, so that there's my white tack. You can see it, but not as obvious. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not central, but I'm kind of happy with that. And then, so I'm not following instructions. If you've watched any of my bits before, I throw Lego on the floor all the time, which I've just literally done. Oh no, I think that's just spare parts, thankfully. Yeah, there's a lightsaber hilt and bits like that in there. Let's put the spare parts box up there for now, out the way. So what I generally try to do is build in interesting to me ways, which I hope would be interesting to whoever's watching. And I hope this video as well gives you some insight into how long a stop motion build takes. Oh, are we not taking a photo today? Okay, I think I had this before where one of the keyboards wasn't as responsive as the other. There we go. And as you can see, so there, that took me probably about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute just to do one brick there. And I've taken on quite a few recently of these big projects. So I'm currently building the Lion Knights castle. I will be streaming that again in the future if you've been watching those and you want to see more of those and wondering where I've got to. I've just sort of had a break from that one. I had to clear all the Lego because we had some guests with children in this room. So I had to clear, I left all the studios up, whatever, but I had to clear all the Lego out for its own safety, basically. If you have children, you'll know exactly what I mean. Damn, that just had quite a big move. I'm just going to flick back to the computer over here. So there is a slight move. I'm not going to worry about it. This is such a short section of video that I don't think it warrants panicking that I've... Come on, take a photo. I wonder if that keyboard's losing its battery. Has been a while. I mean, I do use that keyboard for everything, so it would not surprise me. Right, this is going to be interesting. Tell you what I'm going to do is actually build this next to it. Yeah. This is the lowest point, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is put this in front of the GoPro actually. I forget this. I probably should show off what I'm actually doing. It's really hot in here, so if I look really red, don't worry about me. I'm just very warm suddenly. Right, pop that there. Is that going to get extended beyond this? Yes. So pop that down, push it down, and all I did there was put some white tack, not blue tack. I have invested. I have got white tack. It sounds really strange to say I've invested in white tack, but I actually have. And that's just because I saw it the other day, and I've never really thought about it before, but I've always just used blue tack for all of my videos. And then I saw white tack on Amazon. Actually, I saw grey tack on Amazon. And I suddenly clicked, why the heck am I not building with this? When it makes much more sense than using its blue brother. What I'm doing here is just getting these parts to fly in, essentially. And they're just going to slow up slightly now as they come for the last little movements. So, and that just, it gives a nice illusion of them slowing down. Your brain sort of fills out the rest, which is really cool. Now this section that we're building, if you didn't really pay attention at the start, or if I didn't explain it very well, probably more likely, goes on top of the X-Wing. And this is going to be the control, the little twist mechanism, which is going to open up our wings, or close them. I move into attack foils. Can't think of the word is now, they say in Star Wars. S foils. Move S foils into, oh, screw it. Don't you love it when you think you got it right and you got it wrong? Damn. Okay, what we're going to do is start this piece again. That might sound really counterproductive, considering I've just wasted like 6 or 7 photos on this. I'm going to take a photo like this, and all that tells me is when I go into video editing, go and delete a load of photos. I would sometimes go back and do it afterwards, but it varies. So what we're going to do is actually, right, take a blank photo. Actually start from here. So again, if you can't see, I'm just putting blue tack on. I'm going to align it with the center of my camera because that's where the best focus is right now. You know what? I'm going to change the angle ever so slightly as well. Just because we've had the same angle building for the last couple of days. And all I'm doing here as well is checking the edges. So edges of my sheet are not outside of the thing. So I'm actually here at the moment and I'm here on this side. So I've got loads of room. Right, and we're not putting it down like that. That's just for me to get the position. And you'll see why in a minute. So it goes down and then we push it down, put it on, and you'll see me doing this the whole way through this. Push down pieces of Lego. And all that is, just checking the focus on those. Yep, that looks good. All it is, it makes it look, as I'm doing the build, it makes it look like the Lego's building itself. It's just getting pushed down. And all it takes is 2 photos. Sometimes I do a couple more. But literally 1 photo of the brick resting and 1 photo of it on. And your brain, when you see this video at 24 frames per second, well, actually it's 12 frames per second, but I produce at 24. So it's nearly on there. Basically, I'll explain that in a bit. I always explain it. I'll explain it in a bit. Your brain fills out the rest. So it makes up in between movement frames. It's quite strange, but it's used in animation all the time. Like just letting our brains fill those bits out. That's really cool, and it's something I'm sort of learned quite a bit about, I guess, in the last few months since I started this channel. I've actually been going 6 months now, which is quite surprising. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to every single one of you. I just need to get people watching more of my videos now and get more reach on the videos. So if you are watching my videos, please, 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 I'm begging you, share them with your friends, your family, your workmates, whoever might be interested or not interested. They might become interested as soon as they start watching. I joke, but I'm serious. I'd love to get this channel just bigger, more people watching, more people enjoying it, more suggestions of what to make. I'm actually, I would say right now, at a bit of a deciding point on this channel. Do I continue with the builds? I really like doing the building. I love making the sets. I've got a huge backlog of sets. It does, however, take a long time, and I like to try and post a few videos a week. I've been slowed up a bit recently because of various things, and I love making the minifigures, and I think a lot of people love the minifigures. But I also really want to have a stronger at the animation side. However, that is probably a lot harder, and I've probably got the sets to do it. I just haven't really spent the time and got around to doing it yet. Right, I've seen this piece. Yep, it's hiding. So that's just cool. Look, this is going to click down. Now I'm going to add a little animation in here. You know what? I am thinking of getting one of. So when I make my stop motion animations, the minifigures, I currently do it on a old small motor, medium motor, I think. And it works really well because the motor's got little steps inside it, and that means essentially that I can right, let's have this flying. Sorry. So a little step motor just means I can sort of roughly gauge how much I don't know what I'm doing here. Honestly, I'm making this up as I go along. Not the chat. I am making up the chat as I go along, but I'm making up how this piece is coming together. Alright, let's you know what, I'm going to change that. So I do this a lot. I start doing something and I don't like it and I change it and I go back. And I put my finger in front of the camera and I say, new. And I take a lot more pictures than I should. Now, if you do watch this live stream on, like, after the effect or now or whatever, please give me some comments. Let me know what you think of my Lego builds today, because this is obviously I'm always going to build what I enjoy building. Let's face it. I've got a very nostalgia thing for my old castles, which I've got a few of. I've got a few sets left to build on those. I've got nostalgia for any of the old sets I had as a child, which I'm now sort of passing on to my own children. And I'm building a lot of these sets. I'm building up and I'm letting them have a play. I've actually got, I might have mentioned this in the last live stream, the Witch's Manor that I built. If you check it out, it's not my greatest build. I was testing out some new things when I built that one, so I wasn't overly happy with it. But the Witch's Manor was a really, really cool set. Right, just going to take a 2-minute break, I think. Why am I taking a break? I completely forgot what I was going to do. I need to change that. I need to get a drink. Sorry, thinking aloud. Right, this is looking really cool. I can see myself drinking on the iPad. Alright, one more of those. So I take a few extra pictures quite often at the end. Just like there's two things I can do. I either extend the last frame in a set to be a bit longer, which obviously I've got some dirt on there, makes it longer. Right, I'm going to show you this. Probably needs to be a bit looser. Here we go. What camera am I looking at? I've got so many cameras now. So this is cool. Look, you twist it a little bit, twist at the bottom, and that is going to push the wings in and out. That's really cool, really simple. I really like that. That's cool. That's, oh no, I did put those bits on. I really wouldn't be surprised if I missed out some bricks on this tonight. Right, I'm going to zoom right out. And I'm going to take it back in. Can I do that? I'm going to adjust the camera. What I'm going to do, because I know this bit's quite high. Right, so apologies in advance. The GoPro camera is going to be moved a bit. I'm going to go. Oh, I've got wires. So I'll move the GoPro down just a tad so you can see what's happening. You'll see the lens. Apologies, but I want to get a shot. And then this might not work. I might change my mind yet. So yeah, I'm going to change my mind. Just thought of something cooler. Still going to slightly be above. Get it a bit in focus. Lock that in, and we're going to have it sat like that. So GoPro's got us in shot mostly. That's cool. That's quite cool actually, isn't it? With the lens there. I'm just going to pick this camera up as well. So look, this is my current. So as an insight to stop motion, there's my light which shines there. There's my overlight, my key light. This here is my build space. This is the room in which I have to get into there because I have a camera in the way. You know what? There's a bit of shadow from that camera potentially. I might just move that lighting to this one. Just give us a bit more. I normally don't have, so there's a lot more shadows on this set today than there normally would be. I can't really help it, to be honest. It's annoying. And then, so you can see, this is my kids have wrecked the set there. But this is my little build parts box. On a billion wires that I need to sort out. And there's my football stop motion I'm working on. Right. But enough of that, because you want to see the build. Right, we're just going to blue tack this down. I should really just start saying white tack nowadays, shouldn't I? I'm a white tack person. It's actually really cool. I've got, so again, like earlier, just bits of white tack. I've just knocked off that, so I'll have to put that back on. Right, I've got this really cool. I did a mock earlier. So this X-Wing has a problem. It's not flat at the bottom, which is fine. Fine for the model, not fine for the builder, who wants to do it in stop motion. Oh, what has happened to... Oh. So, if anyone wants to argue Apple versus Android, all that rubbish, Mac versus Windows, I have an iPad which cannot retain its charge while on power enough to play YouTube. iPad Air, I've had it for years and it's just, I don't know. It's on a fast charger. It's on everything it needs to be. It just, for some reason, and I have the same problem with it. I've always had it as long as I can remember. It essentially just can't get enough power from any charger I've ever put on it. Official Apple ones, Android fast chargers, anything. It's just ridiculous. And it's annoying. Like I do do a lot of cycling, and I do a program called Zwift, which runs really nicely on the iPad, which is wicked. Oh, I'm zoomed right out. Oh. Okay. Just gonna change angles slightly again. There we go. I think one of my Playmobil friends, or I can't remember, somebody said something about all my angle changes on my Django video the other day. Glad you noticed it, because I'm quite enjoying doing them. I'm just playing, lots and lots of playing at the moment, seeing what works, seeing which doesn't work. Let's get me back in shot. Not that you can see much of me. Right. Oh yeah, iPad's just decided it's time to turn back on. There we go. I'm turning it the wrong way. This might all be a waste. It might be the wrong way at the moment. Why is it not opening? I think this makes great. Oh, here we go. It's going to open out. So in the actual video, I might end up cutting this bit down a bit. Oh, hello iPad, you've decided to come back on, have you? I wonder if there's any guidance to if you should leave your wings opened or closed based on the elastic bands. Just getting that in focus. It's really baffling because I can see so many images of this. I don't know if it's confusing for you lot. That's a shame. I can't actually see the chat. I can see it on there, which is good. Right, next. So we're going to speed on and finish this bag because I have been doing this bag for too long now. And again, a lot of times, if there are parts which are exactly the same, front and back in this example, normally side to side, I will just build them at the same time. Oh. What's happening there? I think I skipped a page. I did. Oh, that's cool. So those are white bits. So now we're actually fixing everything in. I like it when it's so. I always do this. You build Lego and you're like, I wonder why that bit's sticking out there. Like, no idea. And then a few steps, pages later, you suddenly see, oh yeah, they put two brick, two. Sorry, I'm also trying to squeeze a bit of Lego down here. Okay, that's not going in. Why is that not going in? Let's do the real one first. Let's check the instructions. The reason it's not going in is because the instructions say you stick it together first and then you put it on. So here is a little trick which happens in stop motion. You build it the way they say, and then you don't build it the way they say. You put that bit in first, you take it off, you put it back on, then you just pry that bit out, because I'm going to push it back on again in a minute. Oops, and I'll do exactly the same at the back. It's quite unusual. Don't normally see that from Lego. Right, let's just get that all the way back to maximum open. Normally they sort of do it quite well that you don't have to squeeze stuff into the tiniest of gaps. Well, that's how I've always seen it. 1 minute. Right, let's take a very quick break. Where's this? Right, we're back. Just get that camera back in place. That should do. Right, so that bit's gone on. That will look cool. And now, let's just, what's next? 2 more. Oh, and then we've got some more like actual brick building in a minute. Right, this is interesting. Fudge. I love it when stuff's like this. You can sort of, not very often, like I said earlier with Lego, but you've got to squeeze it down. Look. Here's one of the problems I have with stop motion. You can't see necessarily what you're doing. Oh, what am I clicking on? I've just realised I've been chatting away for probably 10-20 minutes and my microphone's been on mute. That is really, really quite stupid. Okay, welcome back to the stream. Sorry for the incredibly long silence there. That was embarrassing. I don't know how long I've been on mute. I apologise. Hang on, I've also got someone in the comments. Can you hear me now, Magic Rick? I can't believe that. I've just been building for probably 10-20 minutes after I ran off for a small break, came back. I thought I'd unmuted and obviously remuted myself. I was just explaining about how I'm building in this fashion, all to myself. But yeah, sound is all fixed now. I hope. Give me a thumbs up if it is. Oh dear. What a joy. Right, let's put these bits on. Oh, these are going into the middle of nowhere. Good, I love it when bricks are held by one stud and go to the middle of nowhere. So technically I'm having a bad night really. Actually it's probably a good night compared to some of the nights I've had recently. Yeah, actually I've sat the whole of bag 3, haven't I, since I muted it, so oh dear. I know, God knows what else I've been talking about. I'll probably cut that bit of the video out. So if you've just joined, then I've just jumped forward. It's because I muted myself. Right, where am I building? Just under there, or what's going on top here? So that's all the greebling. I'm going to do the greebling in a minute. So I'm going to start this bit that I was saying earlier. Again, it will probably seem like I'm building in a really random fashion, but there is method to my madness. I'm assuming you've gone Magic Brick Builder potentially. I wouldn't blame you if there's no sound and you're watching me just trying to build away. Oh dear. See, if I'd had the iPad working, I'd probably had it on a very slow volume and realised quite quickly. If anyone is UK based, which I highly doubt because it's nearly 11:30 at night, it is bloody hot at the moment. I know we've only just started hitting the 19s, but it suddenly feels hot. And okay, so I'm just trying to work this out. That goes on top of there. Yeah. I love greebling. I can't do it to save my life, but I love seeing it on the ship. So I think I did start to say this earlier. I would have been on mute when I started talking about it because I was unpacking all the bags and seeing what was in each bag. And I was talking about the Xbox controller. Right, I'm going to do that again because I must have lost this. Look at this piece, really cool. It's a controller and it's in grey with no print on it. That looks awesome. Also, look at these ice skates. You can't tell, but they're in that metallic silver and that looks absolutely wicked. I don't know if I took a picture of that. I did not because I can see it on there. And one of those, which is going there. Is that legal? Boom, boom. So from the bottom of there to there. Same on that side. There we go. I'm hoping the sound now. I can see the sound bars working, not grayed out. I really need to, so at some point soon, I need to make some decisions of what I'm going to do with this area, because I've sort of left it at the moment as is, purely because I've got sort of the build setup area and the stop motion setup area, but I'm gradually thinking I want to do more of have a nice big desk, probably a standing desk, because I quite like standing. Sorry, I'm looking at pieces here. And probably rig up my lighting a bit better. I'm tempted to buy some more. Although I've just gone and bought some other bits for the camera and yeah, the mount for the GoPro, the charging pack, which allows it to not die. I've got it at last. I don't know if you watched my last videos, I ran out of battery a few times. Finally, I've got a power pack for the camera. And it's probably a good time to just mention my setup today. Right, we're gonna do pardon me, Jesus. Better not be getting a cough. I've got a lot to do this weekend. Click that one in. Click that one in. And boom. Dude. So I love doing just little bits like this in the animation, partly to slow stuff down. So this will probably be like 6, maybe 8 frames at the end of the day. So just under a second of time. Might even get stretched this out to 12. But what it does, what it's really good at doing, yeah, it was about 12 I think in the end. I could count if I knew how to count. I make myself laugh sometimes. I really shouldn't, because my jokes are not good. Oh, you know what I have done? Right. Is that just... okay. Sorry, once again, I'm looking and working out what I'm doing next. So, where the hell do these bits go? There needs to be one there. One here. I'm going to do these at the same time because they're pretty hidden now. I should have probably done these at the start, but I didn't because I thought it would look better this way. I'm wondering about if I can get a movement going on this. Now, what I did do earlier is something quite interesting, and I'm hoping it's going to work and look good. But what I did actually do was use my hand in part of the build, and that was to put the elastic bands on. And amazingly, I got my 3-year-old daughter to trigger the camera each time as well. It was a trade-off for me helping her build her Batman bike, if she triggered my camera for me to do my Lego build. It was quite cute. So, and actually I got her to build it mostly by herself, which I'm very very impressed with, because it's a 4+ set. She is nearly 4, but it was very cool. Me building Lego and her building Lego at the same time. Right, what angle are these supposed to be at? I think they should just twist out just ever so slightly. It's going to be a very small movement. Again, sort of what I'm aiming at the moment is just I'm slightly slowing this down. So this whole last section, everything's been sort of brick on, click down. Very fast building. Whew, I am hot. Seriously. I think I should put my camera there. I don't want to mess with the wiring right now, but tell me in the future, because I imagine you'll just see the side of my ugly face. Whereas, let's go away from the iPad. Let's see what charge the iPad got. Oh, 1%. Oh. God. Stupid thing. Right, the only problem here is that's probably a bit better for now, is it? Hello watchers of my YouTube. There you go, that's probably a bit better. You get, look at this, you get to see the cool camera. We have got that in, that's not in shot, that's in the GoPro shot, that's fine. We're not blocking any light, just checking nothing's changed, basically. Because the thing is, if you put a shadow over it, I don't know if you can see, probably can't see in the live view enough, but the frame rate's too low. Did I put those red bits on? I must have, they must be underneath. Right, so those are in. And 2 little domes, half domes, I don't know what these are called. Half spheres, we've only got one of them. There's the other one. Trust me, as you get older, Lego just, you know it's there, and you know you can't find it. You actually properly get to see me like struggling now to put pieces on. You can anyway, as you can't, you can see on the GoPro. So if you are watching this at all, let me know, what do you think of this setup? The cameras, the angles, is there something you want to see? I was sort of debating trying to show off the instructions, but I don't know if that will really add anything right now, because like I said, I don't follow instructions to the letter. I jump forward and backwards, so you just see me turning the page quite a lot. It might be interesting, I don't know. But you can sort of see, I guess if I did have those on screen, you could sort of see what I'm supposed to be doing, and then you can shout saying, look, you completely missed out this, you utter buffoon. Why didn't you bother putting these pieces on like you were supposed to? And I do that sometimes. I look back at sets and I realise I have missed things. And it's annoying, but it happens. I think there was one recently, I can't remember which set it was. But I did miss, I think I missed a whole section of the build, and it didn't affect it, like the look. It did, but not enough that it was noticeable in the build. That's really cool. So I don't know how much on the GoPro you can appreciate this, but this rear section, if you have a look at that bottom right, where are we now? GoPro, this bottom, this is really confusing, this bottom right thing here. If you have a look at that, you can probably see how nice that all looks right now, and how good that's going to look on the video. And that's how I really enjoy is just making some of these parts just really come to life. Oh, we missed the best part. Oh, that's really hidden now. Yeah, it's too hidden. I should have maybe changed the angle on that, but I'm not doing that now. It's too much. Right. So then, assuming everything's lined up, And we're going to build some bits to go on the back of that. So it's just a white brick. And like I said, unless somebody comes on and says, please don't stop, I want to see you build this whole bag. I'll probably stop very soon. But I've been going an hour and 11, so it's been 20 minutes since I said I would stop last time. I get this for Lego though. Does anybody else find this Lego? You just just a few more bricks. It's a bit like if you ever play Civilizations. It's like, just one more turn. Just one more bit. Why not? I deserve it. Oh, did I move my hand too early? No, thank God. Right, so what I'm debating here is just going to zoom out. Just going to place the piece on. Zoom out a tad. Place that piece on. Zoom out a tad. What was our last one? Yeah. Place that piece on. Zoom out a tad. Place that piece. And the reason I'm doing this, sorry, when I zoom, I really start to concentrate. And the reason I'm doing this is because the next section, I'm going to have a slight turn of the camera and build the next bit in a second. Is that right? 6 and 6 sticking out the edges. Yep. Now I'm going to straighten these. It will probably be noticeable on camera, but oh well. That's only a very small change in zoom as well, so very minor, but just enough to give a bit more of what's going on, and hopefully just make this a bit. Look at that white. That's actually coming up so well now. So my settings it's very complex. Getting white on white. I've got ice white paper, which is really good because before I was using cream paper, and the cream paper I had to overexpose it to make it look really white. So this is a much whiter paper, which means I can use slightly less light, although I actually have got my lights at maximum. And the reason for that is I've dropped the f-stop of the camera up, down, right up, so it's at 14. Normally I use a much lower f-stop. I've got the ISO at 200, and I think that's about it really for anything sort of special. The white balances. Wow, I've just noticed something. Look at this. Can you see this? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. It's in the wrong place. For God's sake. Damn it. Right, as I start to move the ship in a minute, I'm going to quickly adjust that. This is what happens when you build blind. Right. Yeah, I'm going to build this top section. Why not? Right, but what I am going to do, I said, is I'm going to take one more photo. I'm just going to slightly disconnect that bit. Right, there's a piece here as well. Just need to disconnect. And again, this is just, if you've ever watched me before moving stuff, I do this a lot with the castle stop motion. It's very, very minor movements. Good thing with the castle is normally I have it stuck down by the edges, so I normally put a piece in the middle to do the movements. Just going to double check and just take two of the same photo. No. Now I do ease in that, ease out, although I'm saying I'm not exactly doing it here. So easing in and easing out, this means you do some quite small movements normally. Sorry, small movements, big movements, small movements. I'm really, brain is not. And you know what, I quite like where that's sat now. So I'm just going to stick that down. Hopefully it's stuck quite nicely. So I'm going to add quite a large piece of white tack. I've just found the issue of white tack, probably why people don't use it, is that it's actually really dirty once you've used it a couple of times and it's quite black. Just a couple of bits of white tack there as well. And one more photo. I'm just going to check what's that. Yeah, so that's sort of moved and zoomed in. It's not the smoothest movement. It's not. I'll probably speed it up enough that it's not too noticeable. Ooh. And everything is in focus. It needs to be in focus. That is impressive. Sorry, we had Domino's tonight, so I'm really, really full. And I keep getting little hiccups. So after this panel, I'm going to have a look at the next panel, probably do that, and then I am stopping for the night. So if you're enjoying this video, thank you very much for watching so far. Please, like I said earlier, share the channel, watch all my videos, share the channel with your friends. Tell them how much you love this guy that just puts random bricks, puts bricks on Lego and takes thousands and thousands of pictures to try and kill his camera. So if you consider, there's a very rough workings. If a set is 1,000 bricks, I take 2 pictures per brick. So I take 2,000 pictures. Not quite true, because a lot of the time if there's something the same, I might take them at the same time, etc. I am debating whether to start doing sort of, oh, that's cool. So we're going to do something cool here. Half pop that in. Sorry, I was chatting and I had ideas going through my head of this. What's going on with this? So pop those in, clicky down, and then those bits, yes. So a couple of these. Yeah, so I generally will take 2 pictures per brick, although, like I said, like, if there's multiple things are the same, so like the castle, there was loads of tiles going down, and I took 1 picture per brick, essentially. Actually, not true, I took 3 pictures per brick, but I crossed them over 3 at a time, so it probably evened out to exactly the same. But it does mean you have a hell of a lot of pictures. You know, I think there's 12 to 24 of those, depending on the speed I ultimately end up doing for the build. I generally do 12, but I love little greebling parts like this. This is so cool. I hope they're going to put some tubes or something between these things. I need to look at the actual model of the X-Wing at some point and see what it looks like. Now what I might do in my next live stream, where are we going now? Yes, this is quite a good bit to finish on, isn't it? Can you see this section? You can, yes. That's quite awesome. Is it really in focus? There we go. I saw these recently in another set. They're half modified round jumper tile. Really quite cool. I really like at the moment. I'm finding this with a lot of Lego sets. I think I mentioned this earlier, probably when I was on mute. With a lot of Lego sets, I'm finding tiles and pieces that I haven't really seen before. And I said probably somebody would tell me there's literally, what are you on about? They've been in a billion sets and whatever, but a new to me piece probably. I think that's the thing with Lego. Unless you build a set which uses certain pieces and it's a very common piece, you don't see some of these things quite often. I know I find, like I said, I know something, so that there was a 2 high brick in the castle, I think it was, which obviously I'd never seen before, but as well, that was a new piece, and that would have been so good for the Sonic set, although it would have obviously reduced the piece count, which people always argue Lego were trying to go for piece counts. Part per piece is such a crap metric, in all honesty. Price per piece, I should say, because it depends on the set, really, and what pieces you're getting and what's the license. Obviously Star Wars, Marvel, Disney are always going to be more expensive because they've got to pay extra fees, whereas if it's something Lego based, they don't. Gonna move on here, look at this. Probably the most bricks I've laid in quite a while. There we go. Whoop, nope. Now what I will do, because I had sound issues earlier on, I will put chapters in this one and tell you where you can skip. I mean, unless of course you want to see me silently building. That's a question. I need to watch more streams myself, because I'll be honest, I'm streaming and I've only watched a few streams ever in my lifetime. I'm generally doing things, not watching others. Just how it is. That sounds really bad, but it's true. I have actually watched it one or two now and then. Right, this is where I'm going to stop tonight, because we're about to get on to paneling the X-Wing. You know what, I think we're going to build most of this in the first few bags, and I think the wings are just going to be a bag each at the end. Where's my camera? Hey there, camera. Yeah, so that's really cool. I might just throw that in. Could I throw into DaVinci? Probably not that quick. Yeah, I will. Sorry. You probably thought it all froze there. Look at that. So cool, so cool, so cool. So far we've taken Have a look. So far we have taken 1,830 photos and we're only 3 bags in. That does include, so that is bags 1, 2, 5 and now a bit of 3. So it does include the minifigures. The minifigures are generally 200 photos each. So we're doing pretty well. It's looking really good. I think this is looking awesome. It's a really cool build. I hope you think so too. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying the live streams. Please, as I said, tell me about this format. The GoPro here looking down at the set. Obviously, the bit across the bottom showing you the last photos. Me over here somewhere. And the actual what the camera sees down here, which I normally have grid lines on, but for some reason it didn't want them on today. Obviously, this is a completely new format. Tell me, is it working? Is it not? Do you like it? What else can I do to improve it? Obviously, the chat window's in the way or not. I think it's okay actually up there. It's quite nice. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me if you've been enjoying the builds, what builds you'd like to see, because I've still got lots and lots to go. I've got a Dark Trooper, I've got a Groot, I've got a mini Y-Wing, I've got the UCS Y-Wing, I've got the GDPs, I've got a Scout Trooper somewhere, which I think I've hidden away. Yeah, I've got the Blacksmith and the Castle to go. Obviously, again, they're huge sets. So with the release of these sets, I really want to time them well and try and get... I'll probably try to aim to release one of these big sets when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I want to make sure it gets a lot of reach, because obviously these sets I'm probably going to spend 10 to 20 hours on. This one alone, the castle's probably going to be near 40 hours work. It's crazy, and obviously if nobody watches it, it's going to be a bit disheartening. So please follow, like, hit the comments, help these videos grow. Because the more people see these ones, the more people will see the other ones, hopefully. I don't know. I'm no YouTube algorithm expert. But I hope you've really enjoyed tonight. I'm sorry about the muted section. I will try and find that and fix it. Oops. And yeah, I will see you next time. I will have a preview. So the next live stream, I will try and set up probably for... not Saturday night, probably for Sunday night if I am available. I'm doing the Ride London, so Saturday night's off, Sunday night depends whether I'm really achy. Tomorrow night I probably won't do it. So there will be some building at some point one day soon. That's what I'm trying to get to. Probably Sunday night, maybe Monday night. I'll do 2 more live streams of this, but I'll set them up, and before those you'll have a preview of what's been built so far. And it won't be necessarily what the final video will look like, but it'll just be what the raw photos look like. So please tune in, and we'll see you again soon. Smash that like button. Thank you very much for watching.